Namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Assalamu Alaikum, and welcome back to my channel. Today, as from the title you can tell, I'm gonna do a story time on how South Asians, us Desi people, can fight against racism. And we all are aware of what's happening in America. And it's the saddest part is, it's not the first time it's happening. It's been happening for years because of social media and video recordings and stuff, and us not blindly believing on media, we can see this. And so when you see something, when you see injustice, you need to take steps, because remaining neutral in this kind of situations is basically you are trying to take the side of the oppressor, and that's not right. Okay, so I'll try to guide you guys how you can take steps in your own life as a Desi, how you can bring a change. So let's get started. First of all, what's racism? Racism is basically when a person faces injustice on base of their skin color, their ethnicity, or the religion they follow. That's basically what racism is. And this is my own definition. This is what I believe in. And so, if this term makes you uncomfortable, then sorry to tell you, but you need to do some research, you need to do some reading, learning on your own self so you can take proper steps in future. No one is born a racist, you choose to be one. So now this video I'm going to follow in steps how us as South Asian community can take steps to fight against racism. And I am going to discuss about African Americans. I'm also going to discuss about indigenous people, starting with privilege. So what is privilege? Privilege is basically you wouldn't realize you are a privileged person until you make a conscious decision to look around you, to observe if people are treating you differently on basic human level than others. For example, are you scared to step out of your house to just do daily jobs such as going to work, going to grocery shopping, going for a jog? Are you scared? And if you are not, if that thought doesn't even cross your mind, that you are privileged. And you need to use this privilege to uplift the underprivileged, the people who have been oppressed constantly. Second point I want to discuss is model minority myth. What is model minority myth? It's basically how, remember when colonizers colonized us, the Britishers, for 200 years on the basis of divide and rule. They knew the more they divide us, the more power they have. They do basically this on Western countries, on all the foreign countries. There's majority, which are white people, and minorities, us people of color. Even in that minority, there's hierarchy, which is set by the system, not by us, which is set by the white supremacists. So that basically is to make the minority fight against each other, for us to say that if we, as South Asian, if we work hard and if we can climb the ladder, so can the underprivileged, such as Africans or indigenous people. But let me clear this first. The system is not designed for that, because even if you look at America, the white supremacists built America on the stolen land. They stole it from the indigenous people. And it's also built on the backs of Africans who they enslaved. Okay? So the notion that anyone from the minority group can just climb the ladder and have the best life they possibly can, it's wrong. The system was never made for them. It was always made against them to fit and benefit the white supremacists. And same applies with New Zealand, how this land was actually stolen from Maori people by the colonizers, by the Britishers. And till this date, they don't have access to the full rights they should at human level. They do not. So the minority myth, we need to fight that, because that makes us minority in the Western world believe that if Asians can climb up the ladder with the hard work, so can the other minorities. But that's not actually true, because the system is basically not designed for that. This brings me to the third point, is please educate yourself, because education is bliss. Honestly, you need to know about the history, about the land you're living in, who brought you those rights. For example, in America, the Black Panther Party literally fought for their rights, fought for the injustice which was happening against them, which not only benefited them, but also benefited us all Desis who after 1965 moved to America. So The reason you all can go out of your house without facing racism at a really extreme level is because of them. They fought for your civil rights. So it's our duty to give them back. Same goes with New Zealand, because the Polynesian Panther Party fought for the Pasifika rights because they were brought to this land in hopes of better job, better opportunities, better lifestyle. But when they arrived here, they faced nothing but racism. And at one point, their passports were snatched away and a lot of horrible things happened. And so they really fought for their rights, which benefited us people of color who moved after them, because we didn't have to fight at that extent. Yes, racism exists. Even I have faced that. But the extent they faced it, we don't face it. And we can't lie about it. And so we need to take steps. Educate yourself, because the freedom you right now have in a Western world is because of them. And we should be thankful, and we should be now fighting for them, because till this day, the indigenous people like Maori people and Pasifika people and the Africans and all these races are literally been dehumanized. And it's our duty to come together just to educate ourselves, educate everyone around us, to just tell them that we are here for you. We are going to fight your rights for you, because it's not fair on them. They didn't ask for this. They don't deserve this. No human deserves this. And this brings me to the fourth point is, please, for the love of God, start having this kind of conversations with your friends and family. Try to educate them. When that curry uncle makes a subtle racist joke, call him out. When someone in your friends group doesn't understand what racism is, or says that, oh, your experiences are not valid, tell them that they are valid, because the fight is against racism. It's against the races. It's not against one race against the other. Please clear this out of your head. And I'm not just saying for the sake of it. I practice this in my own life. Every opportunity I get, I try to educate people around me. Last but not the least, dear brown people, stop using the N-word. It doesn't belong to our community. It has a history of oppression and chattel slavery, which I don't think so any of us went through. So please, for love of God, stop using it. Thank you. So this brings me to the end of the video. Please try to educate yourself. Read books, read online, do whatever you can in your power to educate yourself, so you can create a better world for others, so you can take steps in your life to help uplift the underprivileged, because we need to do it. It's high time. And please sign petitions you see out there. Please donate money if you can. And I really, really hope that this video educated you and motivated you to take the necessary steps you need to take in your life. Okay, bye.